Hi guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's enough good mornings. On the road again. It's dark out. Pretty view of the valley though. It'd be prettier if we didn't have cars coming the other way. Hey Demoose, welcome in, buddy. Hi Bern. Thanks for dropping in. Well, let me get down off this hill so I'll be able to see better. Reflections coming up this hill and going down this hill with headlights is difficult. The good news is I washed the windshield inside and out. So once we have daylight, you should be able to see better. Sorry, I was looking to see if that was an undercover police car next to me. As a general rule, undercover police cars don't have personalized license tags. Morning, Mama Althea. Well, the big news of the day is Jerry Butler over at Butler Family Farms assisted us in setting up a promotion on Munchie Mafia. We spent all day yesterday at 666 subscribers, which was a little odd, and B, I guess it was an omen leading to actually good things to come. Uh, anyway, with the help of Gary Butler, we set up a promotion, and it began to run about 9 o'clock last night. And Munchie Mafia has begun to skyrocket in subscriptions. So that's very exciting. I know, uh, got up this morning and ran out of the house, but I suspect she will be in here in a little bit, and she'll let me know what the numbers say now. But between when we figured out it had started and the time we went to bed, we gained almost 40 subscribers. Hey, Jerry, and that's the man of the hour right there. Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet this morning, but I'm sure Sibby will let me know when she gets on here. And there she is. No, you have not? Well, I sure think so, sir. All right. going all the way up, and it's actually legal and functioning and a heck of a lot cheaper than it used to be. Hi, Greg. Welcome in, bud. So, what are the numbers at this morning, dear? I didn't get a chance to look before I ran out of the house. That's not good. I mean, I'm glad we're only a week away from the procedure, but oh, you're still in bed. Okay. $6.89. Cool. We'll see how it goes. That's definitely up quite a bit from where we were yesterday. Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited to watch it go. Yeah, we got off the 666 number. Wow, I may actually be able to start coming up here later in the morning with this carpool lane like this. Now that they're actually tagging the people that don't belong over here, people aren't running over here. They aren't supposed to be. Boy, I got to give this iPhone credit. It's still quite dark here, and in the camera, it doesn't look as dark as it really is. Yeah, this is definitely going to be fun to watch. These question and answer stickers that YouTube puts up during during the lives are ridiculous. If you were a ghost, who would you haunt? What would you haunt? If I had spotted that one quick enough, I might have actually posted it. Whoa! In the first place, he's not supposed to cross the double white line. Second place, he came from around behind me. I'm going about 65, and there he goes again, right around the next guy. You need those questions. It only does, well, I only go live on my phone. But it does it on my phone, and I'm not going through any of the streaming services. I'm just on YouTube. I haven't tried to set up, I never did try to set up StreamYard, and I haven't looked into whether or not I could run the stream off of my phone through EB Mubs. I suppose it's possible, but I have to add my channel to our membership, though, or to our subscription, whatever it is. Yeah, I probably on one of these drives, I probably get about 15 of those questions pop up. Most of them are silly. Next one that comes up, I'll pop it up and show you what it does. I guess it's there to create more engagement, but some of the questions are just ridiculous. Well, geez, now I'm torn. Gary just went live. Belt Loop 29. Feel like now I want to pop over there and go up on his show. Sibby gets to do that anytime she wants to. I'm only out on Tuesdays. However, yeah, I'm surprised that the carpool lane is doing as well as it is. Apparently, I spoke too soon. We're slowing down now. The only thing that sucks about the carpool lane is now with the double white lines, you only have a certain area where you can get in and out. And uh, it's quite a ways back from the on ramp or off ramp. So you end up having to get over into the traffic and sit in the slow traffic for quite a while, where you used to be able to get almost all the way up to the exit and then jump over. And that's where I got to get over it right now. And I guess that's as good a spot as any get right there. Gotta get over one more. Gary's coming over here. He's live though. I don't know if I could bring him up. I, oh, okay. I'll have to figure out how to do it with Easy Mux, and then I probably could bring people up. I'll play with that. Maybe I'll play with that if, when I'm up at the doctor's office. See what it's going to take to run that, or if it's possible. I know I've seen. I don't remember who it was that was actually live. I saw you, Gary, and Eddie. Hey, Gary, we were just talking about this, about you. What'd you do? Shut down your live, or you just on another screen? Oilers fan. I'm sorry, I didn't. You didn't need to do that, sir. Hey, yeah, like I was saying, when uh, you two and Eddie were on that live, Eddie and Gary were both driving. Whose live was that? And did you, were Jerry, were you running live from your computer, or was one of them running it from a phone? That was probably 2 weeks ago when I saw that. I know it wasn't. I know damn well it wasn't. It wasn't you. It had to be one of the other two. They both ran from the phone. Okay, so there is a way to do it. I just got to figure out how. That could be kind of fun. Hi, Julie. Yeah, but no, my point, Gary, was I didn't know if I know I can't do it from here because I'm directly into YouTube right now. But I didn't know if you guys had if you were running it and having guests on through your phone. That was my question. Okay, there's a sticker here. That's what they look like. Hi, rock hounding huntress. Welcome in. You're new here. Welcome in. We're just rambling and talking about miscellaneous crap. Okay, it was Gary's live, so yeah, Gary ran it and he ran it off his phone. Yeah, I know, but the particular one that I was talking about uh, was yeah, you, you, Gary, and Eddie were both mobile or out driving, and Jerry was on a computer. And then the question was, who was running the live, and could it be done from a phone and still have guests? That was the question. Now I got to remember how to get rid of that stupid question. In Michigan, I have not been to Michigan. Um, right now, I am about 35 minutes south of Seattle and headed towards Seattle. There we go. I got rid of it. Yeah, but if I back this away from the holder, you can see you guys aren't out of my field of vision. So I got one eye in on traffic and one eye on the chat when I need to. I see it move, and then if it's a long chat, uh, a long chat, I wait until I've got an obvious spot where I can look at it. Okay, the next question is Gary, were you running that live through EV Mux or were you running it through YouTube? Okay, I'll figure out how to do that while I'm at the doctor's appointment. Maybe we'll do that on the way back down, or at least I'll try to figure it out. It may take me longer than that. No, this was just a couple of weeks ago, Gary. Maybe it was StreamYard. I mean, it could have been back using free StreamYard doing it, but I mean, when we run the big shows, hi Arlene, thanks for stopping in, honey. Um, when we run the big shows, I'm on the computer, and we run EV Mux now. But when I'm by myself doing stuff, I've just gone into YouTube and started up a live from there. So I have to look into that because that could be fun too. Yeah, I just didn't know if there was excuse me, I didn't know if there was a mobile app or if you were just going in through Chrome or Safari to get to it, or how you were doing it. But I'll figure it out. Now that I know it can be done, I'll figure it out and do it because there's a lot better features going that way. Then yes, it is unlawful to drop a moose from an airplane. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would. um, Technically, Julie, I'm in Des Moines, Washington. Uh, I'm headed towards Seattle. Every Tuesday, I have to go up to the wound care center for the hole in my foot. Hi, Beverly. Thanks for coming in, dear. Red light, green light. Away we go. Freeway stoplight. So silly. All right, I got to get over one more lane because this lane is going to exit, and I do not want to go that way. There. No hugging while driving. That wouldn't surprise me. Washington has some of the dumbest rules in existence. Although it doesn't top dropping mooses. That's a pretty silly one. If they felt they had to make a law about it, it has to have happened more than once. And as soon as she said that, what immediately came to mind was the WKRP in Cincinnati episode where they dropped turkeys on the people of Cincinnati for a Thanksgiving celebration. Skamania County. You know how few people know about that? Yes, it is illegal to harass Bigfoot. Skamania County is beautiful right along the Columbia River. God, back in the 80s, I had a job right on the river, right on the main road, actually. And was supposed to be a 2 day job. Me and my partner went down. We loaded my camper on the back of the truck, and we were going to stay the night down there in the guy's driveway in the camper. And we got busy working and realized we could probably finish it if we just stayed late. Ended up working until midnight or 1 a.m. and then turned around and drove home. Scamania. That's another place where if you blink, you'll miss it on the main road. There we go. Now we're over. Finally make our way into the heart of the traffic. We said, yeah, well, yeah, Romanian County would be. Actually, Scamania is not too bad, but as far as names go in Washington State, I actually know where that law comes from. No, it's never going to die. That's part of your whole lore. Can't wait for that, Gary. That'll be fun. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Katie's video, Katie in the kitchen, when the banana story first came to light, uh, Katie got busy and did a song and a picture to go with it about Banana Bob. And the song and the picture are hysterical. But then she put up the making of Banana Bob, and that was even funnier. And it was just her going through AI with all the steps she had to make in order to get the picture made. Cool. Well, I mean, the whole banana story is hysterical in the first place. Yeah, yeah. When she the whole thing was funny. How did we find your community? Uh, wow. Poor Nina. There were a few people die on Sunday night. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I think it was Al's channel started it all, getting into the barbecue community, and then we found people from there. Uh, I think we happened across Al Lunacy's channel, and then found Des from there, and that kind of led us to everybody else. All right, Beverly, have a wonderful day. Yeah, yes, but who gets to decide if the horses does it? Yeah, Simon, Des, Lance. Yeah, exactly. Who decides if it's an ugly horse? Yeah, I had no idea. It is kind of weird how we all kind of drift around and find others to drag into this group. But it's a fun group, and everybody in the group gets along. And I mean, everybody has the same twisted sense of humor. Some more twisted than others, I admit, but morning, Tiger. Yeah, I have no idea where that came from, but it was really kind of out of left field. Yeah, that's my guess too, Gary. Yeah, I have no idea, but and that's cool, I guess. Yeah, that's been the problem with Civvy is Lucy is I keep explaining to her that Civvy doesn't have the time to even to be in her lives. I mean, I only talk to her once, maybe twice a day for 5 minutes when she's on her lunch break. That's kind of blowing me away. Speaking of Redwood, we finished that live at what 9 o'clock Sunday night. Well, no, it was 8 o'clock our time, and it didn't actually get up and posted until yesterday morning because it was processing. Yeah, I yeah, yeah. It just kind. It depends on. I mean, they'll there are several channels that mod everybody so that you can easily go from place to place and subscribe to other people in the room, which is awesome. Um, we chose to set up a program or a system through Stream Elements so that our mods can drop links for everybody, and that way all the links get put out, um, and that works for us. Uh, uh, but there are other places that don't. And then in that case, if you're a mod, you've got to follow whatever rules the channel owner sets. I mean, over on She Roast, if you've ever been over in her one of her vertical lives, she's relentlessly attacked by trolls, and you end up just sitting there with a hammer smacking trolls. In Linden, I hadn't heard that. I'd believe it though. Oh, they're weak, admittedly. All of them are children. It's so obvious that they're children, it's ridiculous. It's like, Jesus, I thought the teachers were taking phones away or making them keep their phones off when they're in class, but obviously not. I can see where that could be true, Tiger. Definitely could be true in places. I don't think we really have a problem with that in this group, but it definitely okay. Oh, look, ice protesters. That's exciting. I didn't really think ICE had a major presence up here, but maybe they do. I don't know. Everybody does it their way, and that works. All right, Mama. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping in, dear. All right, Gary, we'll wait here. That's which one? That could be a good video. That that could be a really good video, Gary, or a good series on your YouTube police channel. Well, this is since Christmas. I have been up here early every single week. This is getting a little ridiculous. And the sad part is I'm paranoid. So the one time that I decide I'm going to give up and just start later so I get closer to on time, I will. Yeah, exactly, Vern. All right, coming into view is the skyline of Seattle, and if you look close between this next set of trees, you'll see the Space Needle off of it. Let's go to Spokane. You know, there's a whole lot of cities out that way that I'd rather go to than Spokane. Scam call for your power bill. Yeah, exactly, Tiger. That's about all it's good for. Well, we know they don't ticket you for that because I got shit hanging from my roof. I have my handicap parking sticker and I have two plastic leis from the last time we went to Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, that's ridiculous. She gets so many romance scammers. It's so funny. And they're all doctors from originally from uh, India or, but they live here now. Yes, exactly. Surgeon doctors. They're all surgeon doctors. Yeah, I don't know of any other kind of surgeons. Yeah, it's quite funny. And she'll keep them on the hook messing with them for a long time. Yeah, just ridiculous. Now, somebody climbed that pole, crawled across that frame, over to the top of those sides, and painted on. That's nuts. Hey, Eddie, welcome in, buddy. I'm sorry you're at work too. Jesus, Gary. I'm gonna say it because I know you did it once, and I've done it 100 times. Are you sure you took your meds? I actually had one where I was taking one of them twice a day, and I was only supposed to be taking it once a day. Okay, just checking, trying to help. Still in bed, lazy puppies. Except the bed's warm. Dory will lay there all day. It surprises me. As soon as I'm up, Sydney's up. Yeah, she's talking about the dogs. Yes, it would save some time, but I don't know that I could support the bike if I can't if it leans to the right. You shouldn't be out of laundry. I did laundry Thursday, which would give you Friday or Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, yeah, she did comment on the live about the girls, but yes, this time she's talking about the dog. Yeah, interesting place for one of those rental bikes to be sitting. There we go. Oh, we've got some epic potholes here, Bert. Highest road taxes and gas taxes in the nation, and we still have epic potholes. Yeah, that's one of the three permanent jobs in the world. Pope, Supreme Court Justice, and construction worker on I-5. Oh, what's this one? No blood for oil. Okay, exactly, Tiger. As soon as they get one project done, some artistic person decides it doesn't look pretty enough, so they have to redo it. Welcome back to Seattle, the home of no right turn on red signs. That's funny. The condominium building is they've renamed it to Arrive. Yeah, natural speed bumps. We're about to drive over one just on the other side of the stoplight. Really is. It really is bad. I mean, there's no excuse for it. May and June look very nice there. I would suspect most of the months look very nice there. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, we're up here very early again, so I guess we'll see if we can park again for a few minutes. All right, Julie. Good luck at the eye doctor. This was fun. I'm glad you think so, dear. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun one. So nice of you all to keep me amused. Of course, what y'all don't realize is I'd be talking to myself if you guys weren't here. through these lights and turn right down here at the bottom where there's another no right turn on red sign. Around the corner. We'll take a left here and go around the building and see if we can park for a few. Yeah, exactly, Tiger. Come on, dude. Step on the gas pedal, will you? There we go. Okay, let's go see if we got a parking spot up here. We can sit in for a bit. Yep, there we go. Now we can sit for a few minutes. Not as long as sometimes, but we can sit for a few minutes. Washington's #1 hospital. Yay. You're always good company, Gary. I may not be, but that's what it says, Tiger, right there. Best regional hospital according to U.S. News. Yeah, I don't know what it's based on. It's been many years since I've stayed here, but the food used to be really good. Security guard. Yeah, while I'm waiting for the doctor, I'll see if I can't figure out how to run EV myself, my phone. She probably just got up to go snorkeling in the water bowl. Yeah, I've been here several times over the years, and in all that time, I've only had one bad incident with a right. I've only had one bad incident with a doctor. Um, I had been going out a couple of times a day for a cigarette, and this doctor was the weekend guy that was going to take care of me prior to a surgery that was coming on Monday. And he told me if he found out that I went out for a cigarette all weekend, he would cancel my surgery. Like, really, he can be that big a dick. Needless to say, after the surgery, I called the ombudsman and complained. Dang. Better than I did at Good Sam. When I was at Good Sam, I was in a basement room like 3 stories down from the main floor. Uh, and I asked for a wheelchair so that I could scoot around. And they brought me one of those extra wide wheelchairs for somebody that's really large, and it was impossible to roll it. Hey, Boss Hog, thanks for dropping in. Um, and I was in there for a tib fib fracture. So it was a struggle to try and pull myself along or push myself along with one foot. And I probably spent, I don't know, half an hour getting outside the building to the smoking area so I could go out and have a cigarette. And on the way back, I was just tuckered out. I was sitting in a hallway working my way back. And I was probably, it took me half an hour to get out there. I was probably, I don't know, there, a full 30 minutes into getting back, and I was only halfway there. And I was just sitting there resting for a minute, and pretty soon an orderly came along and said, "Where are you going? You should be here." I said, "Is this a restricted area?" He said, "No, but there aren't any patient rooms around here." I said, "I was outside and I'm working my way back to my room." And he said, "Well, I'll give you a ride." And he pushed me back, and it was about a 10-minute walk with him pushing. And he couldn't believe that I'd made it that far. All right, it is 8:30 at my time, and with getting parked and getting the knee scooter assembled and scooting around the hospital. It's about time for me to go. Yeah, exactly, Tiger. So I'm going to shut this down for now. I'll be back in about an hour and a half, give or take. Hour 30, 10. Well, probably quarter to 11 or so. We'll light it up again and do it again on the way back south. So everybody have a good morning, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.